Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My question is for the government representative in the Senate. On March 18th, the Prime Minister announced in his COVID plan a number of measures, including funding of $50 million for housing and assistance for women who were victims of sexual violence. It was a pittance for those who are facing increased needs in the time of COVID. The Minister of Finance, the Minister of Status of Women, Ms. Monsef, announced another additional $50 million. My question concerns the funding attributed to Quebec. I understand that the funds are made through the Secretariat for the Status of Women in Quebec and go directly to centres. Is the government able to confirm that Quebec's share of the first $50 million was indeed paid to all women's shelters in Quebec that so desperately need it? Senator Gold, thank you for the question. The government understands that even if we asked Canadians to isolate to stop the spread of COVID-19, not all homes are safe. As you may know, my wife works in women's shelters in Montreal, and as a result, I have been exposed to a number of the challenges that victims of spousal violence are facing. Your notice allowed me to seek information from the government, and I was informed that Quebec should give an update to the federal government later this month. But since its last update, Quebec has distributed $4.65 million of the $6.46 million, and 156 organizations have received funding. Senator Dalphond, a supplemental? Yes, thank you, Mr. Speaker. The answer indicates that the funds were distributed more slowly in Quebec than elsewhere in Canada. So my supplementary question is concerning the additional $50 million that was announced by the minister in October. Is the agreement struck with Quebec? Will it ensure that the funds will be distributed more quickly in women's shelters than was the case for the first $50 million? Senator Gold, thank you for the question. It's very important, and I will try to answer as well as possible. I have been told that Quebec has distributed $1.6 million out of $2.3 million, and 93 organizations have received funding, but no changes were made to the agreement to accelerate distribution of funds. The funds were transferred, and Quebec identifies the organizations and the amounts to be distributed. The only change to be made to the agreement, based on the information that I was given, is that the province has up until March 31st, 2021 to distribute funding to the organizations rather than the previous deadline of December 31st.